Row.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Barry, for you, we have a mixture of returnees as well as transfers that are coming in on the defensive side of the ball. What can you say to what that mix has been like and how you've all kind of taken from each other to work in what this new team is going to be in 2025?
I think as a defense for us, it's been about solidifying our identity and what we want to do. Last year we didn't perform to our standard, and with new guys coming in, it's just been about, and older guys that stayed, it's just been about knowing who we want to be and putting in the work to do that.
Barry, from the podium here, what part of your development this offseason have you been working on that you are most excited to see how it plays out onto the field?
For me, this offseason, I didn't get to practice during the spring, so it's been extremely mental. A lot of film, a lot of studying the playbook, studying the defense, just mentally preparing and being a smarter player than I was last year, being more aware, knowing the whole defense and being able to teach it.
Thank you. Barry, we'll go right side, third row.
Kenton Gibbs with Locked On ACC. Barry, this defense was 133rd in the nation in terms of completion percentage against, and this is a defense that's been proud, had the mantra of the mob and all those things. How do you return to kind of that standard, or is this something completely new altogether and it's like, hey, we're not that group anymore, we're resetting something different, and going forward, you know, that kind of mob moniker is gone, but we're still holding our own here?
Nah, I would say we're still the mob. We still want to be a tenacious defense. Last year, like I said, we didn't perform to our standard. I think this year it's been really about upping the standard and holding ourselves accountable. I think last year the coaches did a lot of it. They told us what to do. This year I think it's been the players leading ourselves and telling each other what's wrong and holding each other accountable.
Barry, left side, back to Dan in the front row.
Barry, to look at the leadership from defensive coordinator Elijah Robinson, just what he has done for you personally and what you think he's done for this defense to create that mob mentality and to instill in you that fight in every single game to elevate this year?
Yeah, I think for me, the greatest thing he gave me is opportunity. I think he does that for a lot of players on the defense during practice, all the way down to the 4s, 5s, getting reps. So I think that opportunity makes everybody hungry. So you know you got to compete. Like the dude that's running with the 3s right now could be a 1. I started with the 3s in spring of 2024, so you could end up starting at any point. So it just keeps everybody hungry, so you got to be tenacious and keep going.
We're going to go right side to about the 5th row.
And kind of Thomas Christopher from the League Winners, kind of building off on that, you know, you started your career in the FCS, and then you kind of grinded your way up to where you are now to becoming a starter with Syracuse. Can you kind of just talk about your journey and what's your mentality going into this season?
I think my path here, going junior college first and then coming to Syracuse, I think it just put a level of like humility into me where in high school I thought I was the best player. I thought I could get whatever I wanted, but at the end of the day, it just made me more humble and made me more hungry and made me more confident in that the work, if I put in the work, eventually it'll pay off. And I think this season I put in a lot of work leading up to this season being my senior year. And I think all the work I put in will prepare me for any opportunities that are presented to me.
Hey, Barry, from the podium, follow up on that. Was there a moment in which that humility washed across you?
I think there's been a lot of moments in my career out of high school not getting recruited, not being able to play my second year at JUCO, not playing my first year at Syracuse. I think through all those moments, there's always been other people that I could tell weren't as fortunate. Even if I wasn't able to play, I was still at Syracuse. I was still there. I still had the opportunity, and I could make the most of it. When Coach Fran came, I could have easily said, I'm just going to give up, try to transfer, say he's not going to give me an opportunity. But at any given point, the work could pay off, and it should, as long as you do it and you're dedicated to it consistently.